All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Welcome to the NHK, episode 11. All right.
Sato has pulled the trigger. He sabotaged what was good.
Yep.
But this might be all part of his process, you know? This is...
I mean, it's all part of the process, but, like, this is one that's a very big setback in the overall process.
And it's something that is going to hurt not just him, but Misaki.
Misaki as well. Yeah.
If it hasn't already.
Yeah, it definitely did.
Yeah.
She was trying to give him the out of, like, hey, this is because you're spending so much time, you know, working on the game and stuff, right?
Yep.
But he had also his little line that we both zeroed in on very much.
Who could ever possibly love someone like...
blank, you know?
Yep.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, boy.
But, we had the stalking part where they they found out.
Classic anime fashion.
They found out where she lives, but not only that, like...
How she knows so much
about him. She's been watching you, dude, and it's not that hard. She's, like, had full view of you with just some basic binoculars.
Spends a lot of time
alone at home.
Alone, with not much to do.
Yep. So... we could be getting into Misaki's stuff.
Good.
Pretty soon.
Yeah.
That could be awesome. But let's just jump right into this.
Because this is not going to be a happy episode.
Nope. Not
but are
for
we going
either
to get
of them.
Misaki focused? You didn't. This is actually kind of what I was worried about, is that it would focus on Misaki and how she's doing.
I think they're just checking in with everyone.
Sorry, Saitama.
シナリオをチェックします。できてるところまでください。その道夏コミまでに完成なんてさせられないでしょ。だから今回は体験版ってことにしてシナリオの触りの部分だけを形にします。
Okay. Cool.
体験版。佐藤さんのシナリオの遅れが原因だってはっきり言っていますから。
That's exactly why. Yep.
だいたい佐藤さんが女なんかにうつつを抜かしてるからこういうことになるんです。 真面目に作業してれば今頃は。だって似たようなもんじゃないか。はい。
Yep. Drink.
とりあえず一区切りついたんです。乾杯くらいしましょう。
Aww, cool.
Okay.
そうだな。
You're doing good.
Oh. Yeah, Hitomi.
Oh, cool.
忙しいんでしょ。
せっかくの旅行をキャンセルするようなことにはならないよ。大切な瞳との 約束だからね。
That sounds like a flag.
それとも約束。
Oh.
両方だよ。
Okay, cool. I'm glad we're getting some Hitomi focus too.
Yeah.
We are literally catching up with everyone. Yeah.
会社に戻って仕事の続きでしょ。気にしないで。
おやすみ。
Wow.
Wait, so does she live at the top in a kind of a penthouse type deal? Cries of the Soul Forum. Oh. Oh.
That looks like Sato.
Yeah. This doesn't even look real. Oh.
こんな生活嫌です。どうしてダメ人間というと、思い出しちゃうのかな。
こんなに作って、
Whoa.
本当に売れるのか?
Oh my gosh.
柏君。
住民サービスに関する提案があれば、積極的に受け付けるということでしたので。
君は公務員の何たるかがまるでわかってない。
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Jeez.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my God. Wow, that's depressing.
Yeah.
ちょっと美人だからっていい気になるから。
こんなことでくじけちゃダメだよ。僕はいつでも君の味方だからね。明日から夏休みなんだろ。なんだったら英語のチェックは僕が代わりに。
すまない。
Wow.
And over text, it's not gonna work. Sorry. Oh, boy.
仕事中なんでしょ。頑張ってね、城ヶ崎さん。
Oh.
Wow. This puts a whole new twist on what she said if you can't buy love.
Oh my gosh. Come on, Hitomi. Come on. Off meeting notice something Paradise Tour. Okay, we'll get to see it. Yeah, this is where everyone starts. Just putting something out there.
Oh, that, yeah.
He thinks of her when he thinks of someone who's got it all together. Oh my gosh. The conspiracy, yes. She's got like the detective's outfit and everything. Yeah.
Full trench coat.
Oh my gosh. Indeed. Oh, it's Hitomi.
It's not Misaki.
Just look at the damn phone.
Answer it.
Yes.
Answer. Just press that little talk
button.
That's the button. Wait, now it's Misaki. Oh, okay.
Oh, she's really lonely. Yeah. Wow.
Oh, and Misaki. Oh no.
Yep.
Very shortly.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh. Oh, she's trying to be all like excited and stuff. Heaven forbid. Oh, this hurts.
Yeah, this hurts a lot.
She's not in a good mood. No,
she isn't
she's
at
not
all.
doing well. Oh. Oh. Does she get rejected or something at this point?
Oh man. Ouch. So not only that, but when she approached him in the club room that time, it was also right after they broke up.
Yeah. Yeah.
その時どうすればいいのか多分俺は知っていた。あの夜こそ俺の人生の分岐点だったんだ。あの時勇気を出して一歩踏み出していれば、俺は先輩と今こそ人生をやり直すチャンスな。
Oh my gosh! Wow.
私の情けないところいっぱい見られちゃったよね。
え？多分この人はもうすぐ泣き出すんだ。
This is imagination.
Yeah.
その時こそ俺が優しく慰めて先輩。そして俺は先輩との愛を支えにこの壊れた引きこもり人生とおさらばするんだ。
Open your eyes, buddy.
先輩、そこで寝ますか？
これに参加することにしたのよ。世界を取り巻く陰謀の魔の手から逃れるためにはこれしか方法がないの。
Was she thinking about taking her own life and then came here?
I think so.
まだチャンスはある。
Oh, what's he writing?
アメリカしたギャル系業界に 目に物見せてやる。
おはようございます、先輩。
He looks so prepared, basically.
Yeah.
そっか。ゆうべ佐藤くんの家に押しかけて。
逃げ出したくなったんでしょ。俺、付き合いますよ。どこにでも。たとえ天国だろうと、地獄の果てだろうと。
そうか。これを見ちゃったのね、佐藤くん。本当に。
Oh crap! Wait! No, 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 no! No!
俺引きこもってますし。
No! No, he's.
呪われた人生とおさらばするいい機会です。何も怖く
Wait, 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 wait. This is literally the
double
lover's suicide thing, and yet.
やだな、先輩。
And yet she's serious now because she's like,
Hold on.
She's like, I wasn't strong enough to do this by myself, and now, holy crap.
Hold on a sec.
No, no,
girl.
no. And now she's gonna see the two of them getting into her car together.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no! Oh, man.
Ah! Oh. Ow, ow, ow. The problem is, though, is that he might have actually seen that and been like, yeah. Okay, so he isn't thinking about that, but she is thinking about that. You won't have any regrets, will you?
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Well, this calls for some...
Yeah, just a bit.
Dancing baby human.
Oh, boy.
The
dancing is just so ridiculous, though. Like, the subject matter in the episode, and then this.
I think I've already said this, but I want, like, the live-action version of this to be, like, reenacted or what have you. With just a bunch of, like, people in, like, skin suits or whatever and, like, a pajama.
Oh, how much you want to bet that there's a cosplay for this? You know.
An amazing cosplay. Actually terrifying, though. Like...
Yeah.
The baby human. Baby human. Take it to space. Out to Mars. Enter the Saturn. Into the galaxy. And to dance. Baby human.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alright everyone, thank you for watching our full-length reaction to Welcome to the NHK episode 11.
If you would like to see the discussion portion for this episode, go check out the link in the description.
And we'll see you there. Okay. Alright, so this is either going to be extremely wholesome summer vacation or double suicide.
No, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. He's going with her to make sure that she's okay and all this stuff, and it's gonna be fine. Oh boy. But man, this episode is heavy.
Yeah. I loved it though.
It was fantastic.
Hitomi is a character that I definitely was not giving full credit for, like her influence in the story and how important she was to Sato. And now that we are at this stage, we now see, who hasn't been a Hitomi in a situation like this?
This makes me think of the song Piano Man, where in the line where it's like, sharing a drink they call loneliness, 'cause it's better than drinking alone.
Yeah.
Like, that's basically what's happening here.
Yep.
But Sato seems to be in a much more positive state than I expected him to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like they're gonna be okay.
I mean, there could be a little bit of boner power just taking him to be like, yes, I will do whatever you need me to do.
And it could also be the thing of, if he would have been in a low state, the fact that someone else clearly needs his help causes him to rise to the occasion.
Yes, that is I would say,
that's
best.
a very real thing.
And I would say that is the best realistic outlook on this. Is that he actually does feel like he can help. Because let's take this in the context of what happened recently. He made a tough decision. He stopped counseling.
Right.
That's really tough. He ran away from that whole thing there.
Yep.
Then he got to a stage in their games production where he has something that he's completed. That he worked on, and this is something good.
Yep.
Even if it's not great in terms of the context of
it might not be
games.
completed and and all that other stuff, but who cares?
But it's a milestone on his journey and his struggle, and it's like, okay, if I can do that, I can be there for Senpai. Absolutely.
Yep.
I'm totally going to be there for her. And he's like, and I'm Hikikomori. I'll just go wherever she needs me to go.
Exactly.
Now, will he be able to do that? Will he be able to actually kind of fulfill the promise and stuff? Is he doomed to end up being like the guy who basically was like, yeah, which is more important, the promise or me? You know, who knows?
I think Sato won't have to worry about it from that respect, but
I think it's going to be more so. Yeah, you're right. It's going to be a different problem where he's ill-equipped essentially to deal with the heavier stuff that she's actually
the idea that
having to deal
with. They can't solve each other's problems. In the same way that Misaki couldn't solve Sato's problems.
Yep.
Right? Sato has to solve his own problems, and Hitomi has to solve her problems.
Right. You can give him a push.
Yep.
And that's it.
You can be there for them and encourage them and everything, every step of the way, all that, but they have to be the one to do it. So I'm surprisingly optimistic and hopeful for these next few episodes because the thing is that while I think there's going to be a lot of heavy stuff that's going to get brought up, I feel like it's going to be able to be taken in stride. Whereas with how the last episode ended, that felt like it was the beginning of a potentially really bad downward slope. And Misaki is still not doing well, so I'm worried about her, right? And I'm worried about Hitomi. But given where they're at, given where Hitomi's been at, the fact that she's with Sato now, I think is very good, very good. But man,
it's just okay. It's too real when you've been in the situation like Hitomi has before. So one of the things that I've had to deal with at multiple points was I would go and change environments dramatically due to life circumstances or what have you, and have to basically rebuild a friends group from scratch.
Sure.
And I've never really been good at that. I've never really been that good at it. I can find a friend or two, but I'm never really good at finding a friend group. So one of the times when I was basically in that period of loneliness, of stuff like that, I essentially did exactly what she did. Went to the store, grabbed some things, called someone late, was like, hey, I'm just going to come by and say hi. I brought some of the things, and I literally was bribing them essentially with kind of their favorite things that I bought at the store in order to make them be like, yeah, sure. But they could tell I was also not doing well, so that it ended up actually working out relatively well.
So that you can feel good about the fact that they're spending time with you because you've made it be something that, even though it's something that's very much helping you, it's also you're bringing something to the table, even in a state where you don't feel like you can bring anything to the table. It's
so dumb because you essentially end up kind of feeling like you're paying for the person's time.
Yeah. But it gets you there. It's like in a lot of ways
there, but you're usually not willing to ask for help. You're usually not willing to ask for help.
Yeah.
And Hitomi wasn't here. Hitomi had to actually have him take the initiative. Which is good because he did. So this could end up being amazing. This could end up being really good. This could also end up being a thing where his whole connection with Hitomi gets sabotaged via the fact that she then is dealing with her own stuff and he can't view her through the lens of having everything always put together. Remember how she said that whenever she thinks of a troubled person, she thinks of Sato? Well, when Sato is feeling like he needs to kind of hear the sage wisdom of a put together person, he thinks of her.
Yep.
That's not who she is.
Right. And the fact
that's some idealized picture of her from high school. That's not even real anymore.
And where I could see it potentially going badly is that he is seeing it as, I'm starting a new life with her. That's not what's she's happening. Offering here,
yeah, exactly.
Right? She you might be helping her start her life new, right? But that's probably it.
Yep.
Right? He isn't necessarily going to be a part of that. And that's where it can hurt, right?
Oh, he could definitely get hurt there.
And what sucks is that in the situation that he's in, he's convinced himself that it's all a conspiracy with Misaki, right? And the thing is, it's anything but that, right?
Yep.
But if he then is spending time with Hitomi, and maybe because she's just in a low place, right? She needs somebody. She is essentially, she's depending on him, but because they haven't been spending much time together recently and things like that, it could feel like she's using him, given that there is no future as far as we can see so far with them together long term, right? Now it's potential, there's always the potential that she's had enough of this other guy that she's married to or whatever, but that is probably not the case. And if that's the case, then Sato could very much feel like this was all another ploy by conspiracies in order to keep him in Hikikomori forever.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And that was the one thing that I was very positive about and very, very glad to see, is that he didn't have that, conspiracy, self-sabotage, probably because of his past experiences with Hitomi and the fact that they know each other very well, right?
Yep.
And he's seen stuff like this before.
But also in his mind, he sees this as being a thing of where she's like, oh, she's coming to me, and I, like her hero, will save her.
Right.
And then we will have sweet, sweet, tender moments of intimacy together.
Right. And while that's fairly normal to have in his situation, because he is a dude that has only had tissues for a friend lately, but that's not necessarily based in reality. So the question is how strongly will he hold to that? Because depending on how that goes, it could cause some issues. But like the way he left the letter for Yamazaki and like, hey, I'm sorry, but I got to do something, this all felt like very like he's very much going out from a place of strength, potentially, assuming that it's not the worst of the worst and that he's like, yep, we're gonna go lover suicide.
No, I don't think he's actually thinking about that. I think that she thinks he's thinking about that somewhat. So if anything, she's going to butter him up to that a little bit. And then, of course, he's going to feed into it because he's like, yes, see? She's giving me all this positive feedback because of this thing here. It's a classic miscommunication setup. Yeah. Then you have the other part where he gave a promise to her at the end of the episode. This is why I think boners are at work here, because...
it's definitely at work.
Well, he said something stupid. He said something that he can't actually do. Mm-hmm. He said, I'll follow you wherever you go, to hell or wherever it is, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And she had this look of like, you will?
Right.
And she's in such a vulnerable place that she's actually taking him seriously.
Mm-hmm. Well,
so we're just primed for maximum emotional drama and pain of rejection.
Right.
Both directions here.
Yeah, because if it is one of those things where she's wanting to do basically a lover suicide, right? Then that'll be a thing that will happen, and it'll be rough, it'll suck, it'll be awful. But one of the things that I would be excited to see when/if she does reveal that she is in that really low place, is what Sato does. Because Sato, I feel like the fact that they showed that he never really comforted her. He, when she was crying, he didn't give her a hug or anything like that, right?
Yeah.
I feel like that goes to show that he doesn't see himself as being valuable enough and having enough worth in order to be able to help in those kinds of situations, right?
Oh, okay.
The way that with Misaki, he was thinking, who could ever love someone like, me, right? That's one of the things that's at play there, right?
Yes,
and that's why he constantly thinks back on those times he spent with Hitomi in high school with such rose-colored lenses, because he sees that as being something that he absolutely did not deserve, and he will never get something like that again, and that basically the best is behind him and it was back there and he messed up, right?
Yeah.
And here he basically has a second chance in his mind, right? Mm-hmm. Even if he doesn't have a second chance at being with Hitomi in a romantic situation, right, that has any long-term, sustainability, him actually being able to be there for someone when they really need a shoulder to cry on, someone to listen to, whatever, right, in their darkest time, in their darkest hour, that is something that I feel like could be very good for Sato in that sense, because he can see, wait, no, I have value, So then he won't necessarily be needing to sabotage himself all the time.
Yeah.
Because it won't look like a conspiracy anymore. He does actually have something to give to the world and the people around him, which definitely can then come back into play with Misaki. But yeah, this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, very much so.
It's going to get ugly.
Poor Misaki, though. They set it up for the cliche. And we went for it, but it still hurts.
It hurts.
It hurts.
And
because like
and the part where she's like, what did I do wrong?
Yeah.
Like, oh.
She's not sure what to think here.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she still ran after the car. It wasn't something where she was just like, oh, okay, and then she just sort of walked back into the house. She ran down there after him. But
okay.
Yeah. I hope that her and Yamazaki talk when he gets back, right? Like I feel like even though he's not exactly the best person for where she's at right now,
right?
I just hope that happens.
That would be funny though. But. We have Hitomi front and center.
Mm-hmm.
We have her dealing with her drug issues.
Yep.
We don't know how much of that is an issue or if it's just a remedy, if it's something safe, we'll see.
Right.
The guy who makes the promises but won't keep them, but then she's also delving in deeper into the idea of everything being a conspiracy, disconnecting her from reality and also forcing her then to cling tighter onto the only things that she knows is real. And thus then she goes and solo, nearly a little bit dangerous to Sato. We don't know if she was drinking before she drove in the car there, but given the chaotic way in which she was driving, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yep.
Even if it wasn't that she was drinking, she might have been impaired based on the drugs. Then you have him kind of reading into things a bit of the wrong way, given that the preface of a lot of the things of what she was brought here was that there was this message board site that she was posting anonymously to under a false, pseudonym or what have you, that
making a false story about her life and whatnot.
Yeah, that her lover was beating her.
Yeah,
and all this stuff.
Because maybe
that's probably what it feels like to her.
Well, or because that would be better.
Oh,
that would be better than being ignored. Like,
oh yeah, like, that's very likely. Yeah,
and whatever this off meeting is, which doesn't sound great.
No, it sounds like code for
off myself. Yeah. Yep.
Hitomi, please be okay. Please be okay.
It's funny because when I think of summer vacation trips in anime, usually that's one of the highlights of like happiness. No, like cast your worries aside. We're all gonna go to the beach, and beach balls will just go everywhere.
Yeah. But instead we have this.
Which is how shall we say?
Dreaded.
Yeah.
It's dreaded.
It's
there's a wholesome undertone that is just being completely blanketed with like a dreaded storm cloud of dark gray. Ugh.
This isn't gonna be a Kyoto Annie beach trip. Let's just say. Like yeah.
No, definitely not. But we're gonna try and ready ourselves for that. But if you want to see that next episode's reaction and discussion right now, y'all, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length reactions there. And all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, about all kinds of stuff. Like Jacob's book that he wrote recently.
That's right. I wrote a sci-fi novel. It's called Battle Lines.
Yes.
It's available on Amazon in both hardcover and ebook format. The link is in the description below, so go check it out. It's pretty great.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.